जय जय ज्वालारस सर्वरस सार पर किया भावे जा व्रजते प्रचार श्री जानव पाद पद्मा कोरिया स्मरण दीन कृष्ण दास को है नाम संकीर्तन जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन कालिंदी जमुना जय जय महावाना हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जयो राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ राधे। जयो राधे जयो राधे जयो राधे जयो श्री राधे। जयो वृंदावन धाम वृंदावन धाम वृंदावन धाम जय वृंदावन धाम। जयो गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन। जय गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमो पंकजनाभाय नमो पंकजमालिने नमो पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रये। हरे कृष्णा। Hare Krishna. So very happy and grateful to be here amongst all the wonderful Margaon devotees. It is my great honor to be here. And especially very grateful to be invited for this very special Govardhan Puja Utsav. Among all the festivals, this Govardhan Puja is very special to devotees. All the devotees like it. Because here in Govardhan Puja you can get to see a lot of prasad also. And then you can get to eat also a lot of prasad. One of the favorite festival of devotees. So this Govardhan Puja, Govardhan Parikrama, this whole festival was inaugurated by Lord Krishna personally. So this festival that we are celebrating here, Govardhan Puja, Lord Krishna also celebrated it 5,000 years ago. So we all do parikrama of Govardhan. Lord Krishna also walked around Govardhan hill. So this is such a important festival in the life of all the devotees. So it is explained in Updeshamrit. Srila Rupa Goswami mentions, greater than Vaikunta is Mathura Puri. Because the same Lord Krishna, who is the source of Lord Vishnu, also appeared in this world in Mathura Bhumi. But Lord Krishna, after being born in Mathura, Krishna didn't stay in Mathura. The same night Krishna left to Vrindavan. So Rupa Goswami explains, greater than Vaikunta is Mathura, but greater than Mathura is Vrindavan. Because this is Krishna's eternal house. Krishna was so eager to go to Vrindavan. The same night, he didn't even wait one night in Mathura. Same night he went to Vrindavan. But Rupa Goswami mentions, superior even in Vrindavan is Giri Govardhan. Because Lord Krishna's most intimate pastimes with the Sakhis, with his friends, the cow herding pastime, all these pastimes happened in Govardhan hill. So this Govardhan hill is so very, very dear to Radha and Krishna. So therefore this Govardhan Puja, celebrating this Govardhan Puja festival nicely, and while we are celebrating this festival, our prayer to Govardhan is, my dear Govardhan, please give me shelter near you. All of us in this world, we are looking for shelter, ashray. So Giriraj Govardhan is there to give shelter to all of us. In our Sampradaya, we have one of our great acharyas called Raghunath Das Goswami. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he is considered to be the Prayojan Acharya. So the scriptures explain there are three aspects of the Vedas: Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojan. Sambandha means to understand who we are, that we are spirit soul. Krishna is that supreme Lord. Recognizing and understanding the connection between Krishna and us is called Sambandha Gyan. So after we have theoretical understanding of Krishna and about us, that we are servants of Krishna, we practice the process of Abhideya. So Abhideya is the process of Bhakti. How to re-establish that connection. So after we practice the process of Bhakti, and as purification happens, Anartha Nivritti, finally one reaches the stage of Prayojan. Prayojan means perfection. In that state of Prayojan, one actually experiences love for Krishna. So our Prayojan Acharya is Raghunath Das Goswami. And Raghunath Das Goswami stayed 40 years in Govardhan hill in Radha Kund, doing his bhajan there, doing his sadhana there. And Raghunath Das Goswami in Govardhan, even though he was staying in Govardhan, he wrote a very beautiful prayer called Govardhan Vasa Prarthana Dashakam. 10 beautiful Sanskrit verses. And every of this verse ends with Nija, what is that line? 1 minute. It's a very beautiful prayer. So Raghunath Das Goswami is praying, Nija Nikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam. My dear Govardhan, please give me shelter near you. So that means for the perfection, when someone reaches the perfection of bhakti, one aspires for shelter near Govardhan. So this is the highest benediction one can get. When Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, when Srila Prabhupada was in his final days, he was in Vrindavan Dham, his body had become literally bones, nothing in his body. Prabhupada had one desire. He wanted to do Govardhan Parikrama. Prabhupada told his disciples, take my body in a bullock cart, I want to do Govardhan Parikrama. So Srila Prabhupada's last desire was to do Govardhan Parikrama and get shelter of Giriraj Govardhan. So just like Raghunath Das Goswami prayed this, please give me shelter under your feet, my dear Govardhan. This was Srila Prabhupada's desire. Srila Prabhupada's Guru Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, in his final days, he was in Jagannath Puri. And in Jagannath Puri also there is Govardhan. The name of the place is Chatak Parvat. So there the Bhajan Kutir of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is there. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he was there in his last days in Govardhan, staying in Chatak Parvat. So this Chatak Parvat in Jagannath Puri is non-different than Giriraj Govardhan. There every day Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur would recite this Govardhan Vas Prarthana Dashakam. Nija Nikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's also last desire was, my dear Govardhan, please give me shelter near your holy feet. So as we celebrate Govardhan Puja, our prayer to Giriraj is, my dear Giriraj, please accept me and give me shelter under your lotus feet. So having said that, we will try to dwell a little into the story of Giriraj Govardhan. So it is explained in Garga Samhita. How does Govardhan originate? From where does Govardhan come? So the Garga Samhita, chapter 9, third canto, chapter 9 of Garga Samhita explains, one time Radha Krishna in the spiritual world, Radharani and Krishna, they were having this Ras Leela pastime. And from the heart of Krishna, Giriraj Govardhan was born. It is explained, Manasah Prakritir Ja, the mind, from the heart of Krishna, Govardhan came. So what is Giriraj Govardhan? Giriraj Govardhan is actually the heart of Krishna. That's how important Govardhan is. So Garga Samhita explains, when Krishna and Srimati Radharani were having this Ras Leela in Golok Vrindavan, Lord Krishna became very happy with the gopis. So Lord Krishna asked Radharani, please ask whatever you want. So that time Srimati Radharani had one prayer, my dear Lord, please manifest a very beautiful pastime place where we can enjoy nicely. And right in front of everyone, from the heart of Krishna, what does the heart of Krishna mean? Heart of Krishna is the love that Krishna has for Srimati Radharani. That manifested in the form of Govardhan in the spiritual world. And it explained that Govardhan, because Krishna's love for Radharani is unlimited, the Govardhan in the spiritual world was so huge. The Garga Samhita explains, billions of miles. This Govardhan came in the form of a seed from Krishna's heart and suddenly started to grow. It started to grow into billions and billions of miles with hundreds and hundreds of peaks. So Krishna tells Govardhan, Baba, how much you will grow? Just stop here. Because this is Krishna's love for Radharani, Govardhan's size was unlimited. And Govardhan appeared in the spiritual world. This is how Garga Samhita explains. So Giriraj Govardhan, this entire mountain is basically Krishna's love for Srimati Radharani manifest in the form of the hill. Therefore, Radha Krishna have their most intimate pastimes in Giriraj Govardhan. So this is how Garga Samhita explains how Giriraj appeared in the spiritual world. So how Giriraj actually appeared on the earthly realm, there is another story to it. It is explained that in same Garga Samhita, in chapter 10 it is explained that there was a mountain called Mount Drona, and Govardhan appeared as the son of Mount Dronachal. So he was there way up in the Himalayas. Before Govardhan was in Vrindavan, Govardhan was in the Himalayas. So Pulatsya Rishi one time goes to the Himalayas and he sees this Govardhan. He becomes very attracted. So Pulatsya Rishi was staying in Kashi. So he goes and tells Dronachal Parvat, please give me your son. Because in Kashi, now if you go to Kashi, there is no mountain in Kashi. Only Ganga flows. So Pulatsya Rishi thought it would be nice if there is a mountain here. So he got Govardhan to Kashi. As he was coming, Govardhan, they passed through Vrindavan and Govardhan became heavy there. And Govardhan just stayed there. He didn't move from there. Pulatsya Rishi curses Govardhan. In that time, Govardhan's height was very, very big, as I explained to you. So Pulatsya Rishi cursed Govardhan that you will keep getting smaller but the size of a mustard seed. So gradually Govardhan became smaller and smaller in size. And now gradually Govardhan is shrinking gradually further. So this curse also was actually a benediction. Why? Imagine if Govardhan was very big. The Garga Samhita explains there were ice peaks on Govardhan. How will Radha Krishna enjoy? So it was the desire of Krishna that Govardhan should reduce in size. So Pullatsa Rishi curses Govardhan. See, in our lives also, even when we go through certain problems in life, it may appear that it is a curse. But we should understand that whatever happens in our life, especially after coming to the path of bhakti, is all a blessing. There is always a divine plan behind it. In Ramayana, one of my favorite stories, we all know that Sugriva sent Vanar Sena in all 4 directions. And the Ramayana explains when Sugriva was sending all the monkeys in different directions, Sugriva was explaining to them what is there in this direction. He was telling them in the northern direction, you will find this place, don't go here, everything. So practically he knew the entire Jambudvip, the entire earth. So someone asked Sugriva, Lord Ram asked Sugriva, how did you know so much of this earth? How did you gain so much knowledge? So Sugriva said, my dear Lord, when Vali was running after me to kill me, I ran around the entire world escaping Vali's wrath. And just running around everywhere in anxiety, I noted all the places. So the point is, because Vali made Sugriva run everywhere, he could use that knowledge in Lord Ram's service. So whatever happens in our life, we have to understand that there is a special plan of Krishna. So in this way, Giriraj Govardhan comes to Vrindavan Dham. Actually, there is a story in Treta Yuga. Govardhan was there right from Satya Yuga, waiting for Krishna to come. In Treta Yuga, when Lord Ram, the same Krishna comes as Lord Ram, and that Setu was being made, Hanumanji actually goes to pick different mountains. He goes to Govardhan also. He's about to pick Govardhan. Hanumanji gets a message, bridge complete. No need of more mountains. So Hanumanji doesn't take Govardhan. And Govardhan feels very bad. Arey, I'm not going in Lord Ram's service. So the Lord comes and tells him, don't worry. Next time when I come as Krishna, I will do all my pastimes on you only. So this is how Govardhan actually appears in this world. So the Bhagavatam explains in detail this pastime of Krishna worshipping Govardhan, Krishna lifting Govardhan, subduing the pride of Indra. It goes on for pages and pages. So we will see how much ever we can discuss this pastime. So it is explained that this particular pastime of Krishna lifting Govardhan comes one chapter after Krishna going and fulfilling the desires of the Brahman Patnis. If you all know the story, there was a village in Vrindavan where Brahmanas were staying. So Krishna and his friends became hungry at one time. So Krishna sends his friends, please go to the Brahmanas and please ask them something. So the Brahmanas are not ready to give Krishna. So Krishna sends his friends to the wives of the Brahmanas. The wives of the Brahmanas were such great devotees of Krishna, they just give everything and surrender to Krishna. So this particular Govardhan Leela happens immediately after this. So in the episode where Krishna satisfies the wives of the Brahmanas, it is explained that Krishna subdued the pride of the Brahmanas. Brahmanas are called Bhudeva. They are demigods or gods of earth. The next chapter, Govardhan Leela, Krishna subdues the pride of Swarga ke Dev. Swardev, jo Indra hai, Krishna subdues the pride of Indra. So this particular Govardhan Leela starts exactly in that same village. The same village where Krishna delivered the wives of the Brahmanas. In that same village, Nanda Maharaj and all the elder Gopas, they were assembled together to perform Indra Puja. So every year they would do Indra Puja. They would celebrate Indra Puja in a very, very big way. So Lord Krishna, he goes to Nanda Maharaj and he's seeing like there is so much activity going on. So many ingredients being arranged, everything happening. So Krishna was 7 years old. So Lord Krishna goes to Nanda Maharaj and he's asking Nanda, my dear father, why are you doing this yajna? For whom are you doing it? Imagine a 7-year-old boy asking. So Nanda Maharaj was thinking, how do I answer this boy? So Nanda Maharaj didn't answer. So Lord Krishna tells Nanda Maharaj, please tell me in detail. Because in future, even I have to do. If I don't know, I will not be able to do. Please tell me. And Lord Krishna tells, great souls don't keep any secrets. So please don't keep any secrets. You are a great soul. And all the more I am your son. Please tell me. I am very eager to know. Is this yajna, Indra Puja mentioned in the Vedas? Or are you doing it just like that? And Krishna explains, if it is not mentioned in the Vedas, if you are doing it on your own, you will not get maximum benefit. So Nanda Maharaj becomes very happy that Krishna is so intelligent. You can test the intelligence of a person by the way he is asking questions. Even to ask question, you need intelligence. So Krishna is asking such intelligent questions. So Nanda Maharaj tells Krishna, my dear Lala, Krishna, this is a tradition that has been going on for many generations. Therefore it is Vedic. So Nanda Maharaj doesn't know whether it is there in the Vedas or not, because he is very innocent. He says it's been going on for generations, so it is Vedic. We are all a cowherd community. We need to take care of cows, and for the cows you need grass, and for grass you need rain, and for rain you have to satisfy Indra. So therefore for all of us, Indra Puja is very, very important. If we satisfy Indra, then Indra will be very, very happy and he will give lot of rain. So Krishna is asking his father, my dear Baba, what happens if someone doesn't do this puja? So Nanda Maharaj says, if you don't do this puja, Indra will not give rain. There will not be any crops. How we will take care of cows? So in this way, the discussion is going on. So Krishna is asking Nanda Maharaj, you have done puja for so many generations. Have you seen Indra? Has Indra actually come here? Nanda Maharaj says, no, he is a very big devata. He doesn't come. He is in Swarga only. Like this, Nanda Maharaj is asking. So Krishna is saying, if he is such a big devata, he has lot of wealth there. He has everything. Why does he need our puja? Let us not do this Indra Puja. So there are various reasons why Krishna does Govardhan Puja. But one of the main reason is, Krishna wanted to tell everyone, my devotees don't have to worship any demigods. Krishna specifically wanted to drive this point through. So in this way, Krishna is arguing with Nanda Maharaj. So Krishna is telling Nanda Maharaj, ultimately work is worship. Even though this is against the Gita philosophy, but Krishna uses any philosophy to get his work done. So Krishna says work is worship. We don't need Indra. You work hard, he has to give rain. Nanda Maharaj says, no. There is a master. We may work, but Indra's mercy is needed. So in this way, Krishna is telling Nanda Maharaj, see, you are saying, if you do Indra Puja, rains will come. But Krishna is saying, I am seeing rains. Rain is coming even in the ocean. The ocean is not doing any Indra Puja. So rains are coming in the ocean. Rains are coming on mountains. That means Indra Puja is not needed. So Krishna tells him, see, we are all Gopas. Better to worship cows, Brahmanas and Govardhan. So Krishna is requesting Nanda Maharaj, please, my dear father, don't do this Indra Puja. Let us do Govardhan Puja. Nanda Maharaj tells Krishna, don't worry Krishna, we will satisfy you also. We will do Indra Puja. Afterwards we will do Govardhan Puja. Krishna says, no, right now do Govardhan Puja. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Krishna wants immediate surrender. Krishna says, right now do it. Whatever you have used for Indra Puja, whatever ingredients you have accumulated, immediately let us worship Govardhan. And Krishna says, Giriraj Baba is much better than Indra. We can't see Indra, but Giriraj is here, we can see him. Let us go and worship Giriraj. So Nanda Maharaj, even though, imagine the kind of faith these Vrajavasis have, even though they have been doing this puja for generations and generations, just because Krishna is telling, they are ready to stop it. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. What is dharma? Whatever Krishna says is dharma. In the Mahabharata war, Krishna tells Yudhishthir, tell a lie. Yudhishthir's track record, he never spoke any lie. Now Krishna, he is telling Yudhishthir, tell a lie. How Krishna can test his devotees, Krishna only knows. Yudhishthir had to lie there. Right? He lied. And in that lying, he was actually following dharma. So dharma means to do what Krishna says. So Nanda Maharaj is asking Krishna, my dear Krishna, you want us to do Govardhan Puja. We have never done it before. How we should do? Krishna says very simple. Govardhan likes lot of food. You make lot of rice, mountains of rice. Make big oceans of dal, kheer, everything. Puris, everything. And then offer it to Govardhan. Govardhan become very happy. And after that, we will worship cows. So on the day of Govardhan Puja, Go Puja is also done. We'll worship cows, we'll worship Brahmanas, and we'll do Parikrama of Govardhan, and in this way, we will do Govardhan Parikrama, Govardhan Puja. So Nanda Maharaj he agrees to it. So Nanda Maharaj, so it is explained, the day after Diwali, approximately is the day of Govardhan Puja. So Nanda Maharaj, in order to celebrate this festival, he sends invite all over Vrindavan for everyone to participate. And they bring such musical instruments to create that mood. So many musical instruments are being played. It is explained that sound of the musical instruments spread all over the universe. And it enters the ear of Indra. For everyone else, this musical instruments was like music to the ears. But for Indra, this was like earache. His ears were actually paining. So, in this way, they bring all the Vrajvasis, they bring lot of prasad. From every house, unlimited prasad is bought. All Brahmanas come and chant different mantras of the Vedas. And this entire bhoga is offered in front of Giriraj. And Lord Krishna says, now we will all close our eyes and pray to Giriraj to eat it. First time in their life in Vrindavan, they are worshipping Giriraj, Govardhan. So they offer all these items, unlimited. The Bhagavatam explains pots of kheer, rice, chapati, unlimited annakoot is offered in front of Girirajji. And everyone closes their eyes. And Lord Krishna says, don't have doubt, Giriraj will eat it. So everyone closes their eyes and prays, my dear Giriraj Baba, please eat it. And suddenly in front of everyone, Girirajji, he assumes a huge form and appears. In front of everyone's eyes, a huge form of Giriraj appears. The same Krishna is also there as Giriraj, a huge form appeared. So Krishna immediately tells Nanda Baba, see, Giriraj has come. You have done Indra Puja for generations. He never came till now. Giriraj has come. See, Giriraj has come to give darshan. And not only that, Girirajji, this huge mountain, this huge form, started to remove 2 hands. He started to eat everything. All the food he started to eat. So that time Krishna is asking Giriraj, who are you? And then Giriraj says, I am Girirajji, I have come to eat all your offerings. So Girirajji eats everything. So Krishna immediately points out to Nanda Maharaj, see, Giriraj is so merciful. He is first given darshan. He is talking to us also. Indra, we have done puja for so many years. Indra never came also and he never spoke to us also. So Giriraj is actually the biggest devata. Giriraj is bigger than even Indra. Like this, Giriraj ate everything. And then Giriraj, he ate everything, but then he bought all the prasad out also. And then they did Aarti of Giriraj, this huge form of Giriraj. And then Giriraj, he is asking everyone, please ask for any benediction. So Nanda Maharaj is asking Giriraj, my dear Girirajji, please bless that Krishna Balaram be always happy. This was Nanda Maharaj's prayer. So Girirajji says, I like your 2 children very much, don't worry. And Girirajji tells them, because you all have worshipped me, Indra will create some trouble for you, but don't worry, I will protect all of you. And then Girirajji disappears. So Krishna and the Vrajavasis become so happy that they actually saw Giriraj. They saw Giriraj. Giriraj ate everything, whatever they offered. Giriraj spoke to them. So they were very, very happy. So after offering Annakut to Giriraj, after doing Aarti to Giriraj, they do worship of the cows. Go puja is done. They circumambulate all the cows. And after that, Lord Krishna, along with all the Vrajavasis, they do an entire Govardhan Parikrama. So the Bhagavatam explains, there were Brahmanas chanting mantras. There were people playing musical instruments. All the gopis were in bullock carts. Krishna, Balaram and the Gopa friends, they were walking. Nanda Maharaj was walking. All the cows, everyone, they do Govardhan Parikrama. So this Govardhan Puja and Govardhan Parikrama was personally started by Lord Krishna himself. And it is explained that all the Vrajavasis were so happy worshipping Giriraj and doing Govardhan Parikrama. They never found such happiness in worshipping Indra. They were so happy. They never understood why they are so happy, but everyone was so blissful. So in this way, the entire Govardhan Puja Utsav happens. So now at this point, Indra, because this is an annual event, Indra had marked it in his calendar. On this day, puja will come. And it was like an important puja that was happening for him. Indra waited, no puja. So Indra sent his spies to Vrindavan to find out what is wrong. So all these spies, they come to Vrindavan and they go to different Vrajavasis' house. And they hear in everyone's house, Giriraj Baba is the great Devata. Indra is nothing. Indra never came in front of us. Giriraj Devata. So like this everyone is talking. Every year we will do Giriraj Puja only. So all these spies, they hear this and they go and tell Indra. So they tell Indra, they have stopped your puja. They are worshipping one mountain. So Indra is so angry. Foolish Vrajavasis, they are calling this mountain Devata. I am the king of Devatas, they have forgotten me. And Indra is saying, I will teach all of these people a lesson. And the Bhagavatam explains, Indra says, Krishna is a talkative boy. Krishna is Vachala, he is too much talkative. And he is too proud. The Vrajavasis are too proud. You see, Indra was proud. But because when you have a certain anartha in your heart, you can't see it yourself. You cannot see it. So Indra had pride, he couldn't see it. Indra was thinking that others are proud, the Vrajavasis are proud. So Indra was thinking, these people are so proud. Listening to Krishna, they have challenged my authority. I will show them who I am. And this Giriraj, this Devata of theirs, I will wash it with my waters and throw this Giriraj in the ocean. Giriraj will not be there and Vrindavan also will not be there. So Indra was so angry, he called the clouds of destruction Samvartaka Badal. Imagine, it's like if you want to kill one ant, you use a nuclear weapon, nuclear bomb to kill an ant. Why do you need a nuclear bomb to kill an ant? Vrindavan is a small village. Indra is calling the clouds that is used to drown the entire universe, the 14 worlds, to drown one village. That was how angry he was. Disproportionate anger. He called the Samvartaka Badal. Samvartaka Badal, generally they create fear in everyone, but the Samvartaka Badal themselves were fearful. Because in the heart of heart they knew something is wrong here. We are going to do something wrong. So they were very, very scared. But Indra tells them, don't worry, this is a very small task for you all. Go and drown Vrindavan completely. And Indra says, don't worry, I am there with you. So this Samvartaka Badal, they come with their entire force on Vrindavan. One day, the Vrajavasis did Govardhan Puja. That day was so blissful, amazing day. Next day, havoc started. See, in life is something like this. There is a mixture of happiness, distress. One day may be a great day, the next day may be something else altogether. So they worshipped Krishna, had faith in Krishna, they stopped Indra Puja. Next day only problem started. Many people, they have this question. Prabhuji, before we started chanting, everything was good. As soon as we started chanting, problems started to come in life. That means you're in parampara. You're in parampara. Krishna is showing mercy to you. Problem started. Till now everything was good. They were doing Indra Puja perfect. The day they stopped Indra Puja, surrendered to Krishna, gadbad ho gaya. The Samvartaka Badal came, they started to rain. And before the rain, there was a wind. It became so dark, so dark. The cowards were returning with the cows back. It became so dark, they couldn't see anything. Everything became dark. Wind started to blow, uprooting big, big trees. So it was a very, very fearful atmosphere. And all the Vrajavasis were so scared, so scared. They all come to Krishna and take shelter of Krishna. So this is a very important lesson for all of us. This world is a place where every now and then there is danger. Padam padam yad vipadam na tesham. You just can't say when there is no danger. There is danger at any time. So we have to learn from the Vrajavasis to overcome danger. The only solution is taking shelter of Krishna. This is the only solution. Krishna tells in the Gita, Devi hesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mamevaya prapadyante maya metam tarantite. Krishna says this material nature, Maya is very difficult to overcome. Problems are unlimited. But if you learn this one thing is when you are in problem, surrender to Krishna. And not only when you are in problem, when you are not in problem also you have to surrender. Srila Prabhupada explains in one purport, generally when people are in problem, they surrender to Krishna. But when you are not in problem, you surrender to Krishna, probably problem will not come only. So they all surrender to Krishna. And Krishna tells all of them, don't worry, Giriraj will protect us, don't worry. And Lord Krishna runs to Giri Govardhan. And Lord Krishna is thinking, now I have to teach Indra a lesson. And Krishna, he digs a hole, makes a small thing to get into Giri Govardhan. And Krishna lifts Giri Govardhan with his left hand, little finger. And it's explained that, the Bhagavatam explains, Krishna lifted Govardhan as a young child lifts a mushroom. Easily. So Krishna effortlessly picked up Govardhan. And Krishna tells all the Vrajavasis, my dear father, my dear Vrajavasis, don't be scared. Don't think that Giriraj will fall from my hand. So Krishna says, because we worship Giriraj, Giriraj is so happy, actually is floating in the air. I'm just putting my finger, but he's floating on his own. So Krishna tells all of them, he's like a cotton in my hand, please come. And again the Vrajavasis, they have so much faith in Krishna, they have never seen Krishna lift a mountain like this. They just enter into Govardhan. And Govardhan gives shelter to all of them. The Bhagavatam explains that under Govardhan, outside there was like heavy rains of death going on. Almost the entire village is about to be destroyed. But inside Govardhan, no water came. Because when Krishna lifted Govardhan, one boundary wall was made by mud. This protected water from coming in. And below Govardhan, everything was dry. There was beautiful pastures. There were lakes below Govardhan. There was like a beautiful valley. Perfect scene for everyone to be there. And all of them entered into Govardhan. And the biggest treat for all of them was seeing Krishna. They were so happy to see the beautiful face of Krishna. Even though there were like lakhs and lakhs of Vrajavasis, everyone could see Krishna very clearly. And it was appearing that Krishna is looking only at them. Even though 7 days, 7 nights, they didn't eat anything. 7 days, Indra did this rain shower. 7 days, 7 nights, they didn't eat anything. They didn't drink anything. They forgot their sleep, everything. But they were so happy looking at Krishna. They forgot all the problems outside because they were in Krishna's shelter. So for all of us, this material world is a place where there are so many difficulties. Samsara dava nalalida loka. Unlimited problems. But if we come and take shelter of Giriraj, of Krishna, of Krishna's devotees, Krishna's holy name, Even though problems will be there, we will not be bothered by it. You cannot make this world free of problems. That is not possible. Even in Vrindavan, they had to face problems, and what to speak of anyone else. Problems will be there in the world. That is the nature of this world. We have to learn to transcend it. When Parikshit Maharaj was cursed that he would die in 7 days, just like the Vrajvasis took shelter of Krishna of Giriraj, Parikshit took shelter of the Katha of Krishna, the Katha of Giriraj, the shelter of Shukdev Goswami. 7 days Parikshit had death notice. Here also the Vrajvasis were about to die. Indra is about to kill them. There also Parikshit is about to die. Both were in a very difficult situation, emergency situation. But in both their difficulties, they took shelter of Krishna or Krishna Katha. To taking shelter of Krishna means taking shelter of his name, his Katha. If we do this, even in difficulties, we will experience bliss. Even amidst suffering, we will experience happiness. And that's what the Vrajvasis experienced. Parikshit Maharaj, 7 days he heard Krishna Katha. He was not even bothered about death. He just forgot about that problem completely. So for all of us, Srila Prabhupada has given us this beautiful society of Krishna consciousness, where we can actually associate with devotees. Tava katamritam tapta jivanam. The gopis explain that this Krishna Katha, this opportunity to hear about Krishna, to be in association of devotees, to have such beautiful festival is a great blessing. In a world filled with so many problems, uncertainties, this is actually the place for shelter. Radhanath Swami Maharaj, I'm just remembering one very nice story. Radhanath Maharaj in the 1970s, when he was just joining ISKCON, he was in Vrindavan for quite some time. His visa was expiring, he had to go back to America. So while going back to America, he reached Amsterdam. His flight hopped through Amsterdam. And someone who's been a devotee of Krishna, after being in Krishna consciousness, you just don't connect with the outside world. So Maharaj was in Amsterdam, he was walking through the streets, and he was feeling, now he's coming back to the West after being in India, after being in Vrindavan for so long, he's finding the entire place so materialistic. So Maharaj walks through one street, which was a street filled with, all kinds of wrong things, practically a red light area. So Maharaj was walking through all the street with all materialism everywhere. And suddenly he reaches one ISKCON center. That time, this was way back in the 1970s, when ISKCON was just starting. So in Amsterdam, our ISKCON center was in a garage. In a car parking garage, they had converted that into a center. As soon as Maharaj entered that center, there was incense smell of dhoop, incense. And some devotee came and offered him a milkshake. And he saw a beautiful kirtan of Srila Prabhupada going on. Pictures of Krishna. As soon as Maharaj entered there, the first realization he had is, this is an oasis. In a place where there is suffering and materialism everywhere, this is the place for our rescue. So Srila Prabhupada has started this ISKCON movement, this association of devotees, to give all of us shelter. So this is actually the shelter of Girirajji. Hearing about Krishna, being with Krishna. So all the Vrajvasis were so happy looking at Krishna. This is one particular Leela where all the Vrajvasis were together with Krishna. That is the speciality of Govardhan Leela. Why Krishna loves Govardhan Leela the most? Because in all the other pastimes, Krishna, when he is there with the boys, he is not with the gopis. When he is there with the gopis, the boys are not there. When Krishna is there with the cows, the elderly parents are not there. This one particular pastime, Govardhan Leela, the gopis were also there, the gopas are also there, the elderly parents are also there, the cows are also there, all the devotees together. So Indra, in one sense, what he did, no other demon also did. Indra, every other demon came to kill Krishna. But Indra was trying to kill not just Krishna, all the Vrajvasis and all the cows. Still Krishna forgave Indra. You know why? Because through this episode, Indra brought all the devotees together. So Krishna was happy with Indra. Because of you, all of us came together. So many times in life, problems are like this. Problems bring devotees together. And anything that brings us together in association of devotees is actually not a problem, it is actually a benediction. So all the Vrajavasis, in their heart of heart, they were actually thanking Indra. Indra, because of you, we could actually see this beautiful pastime. And they were looking at Krishna non-stop without blinking their eyes. Everyone. Generally, Srimati Radharani, she would never look at Krishna, never be with Krishna in front of everyone else. Only privately they would meet. First time in front of everyone, she is looking at Srimati Radharani. And it's explained that in this 7 days of pastime, inside Govardhan, they were having such beautiful exchanges of love with each other. Madhu Mangal, because Yashoda was very worried because Krishna was lifting Govardhan. Yashoda was going and massaging the legs, the hands of Krishna. They were feeding Krishna laddu. They were doing all that motherly love. So Madhu Mangal tells Yashoda, Mata, don't worry. Actually, Krishna is not doing anything. My Brahman power, Brahma Tej, actually Govardhan is flying in the air. Yashoda starts to scold Madhu Mangal. Madhu, what are you saying? First of all, Krishna is so tired. On top of that, you are saying like this. In this way, Yashoda is joking with Madhu. So that time, Srimati Radharani, she is looking at Krishna. And all the gopis tell Srimati Radharani, you are looking very beautiful today. Please don't look at Krishna too much. Because if Krishna gets restless, the Govardhan will fall from his hand. So Radharani, she covers her face with sari. And suddenly in between she looks at Krishna and smiles at Krishna. Govardhan starts to shake in Krishna's hand. And Madhu Mangal tells all the devotees, go and put stick, and everyone tries to put stick and help Krishna. So in this way they are having like very beautiful pastimes under Govardhan. They forgot. In fact, they were praying, let this rain continue forever. Because if rain stops, they have to go out. Kunti Maharani, in a prayer in Bhagavatam, what does she pray to Krishna? She prays to Krishna, my dear Krishna, give me more and more problems. Anyone does that? We can repeat it, but we may not say it with heart. If Krishna actually hears it, it may be a big problem. Kunti Maharani, from her heart, she prayed to Krishna, my dear Krishna, give me more and more problems. Because whenever great problems come, Krishna personally comes to protect the devotees. So in this way, the Vrajavasis were praying to Krishna, Krishna, let this rain just continue. So for 7 days, outside was a big disaster going on. Inside was a big festival. 7 days Utsav, continuous. Just like you have Shravan Utsav. This was Darshan Utsav or whatever Utsav. They were just looking at Krishna. So what is a festival? Festival is where you have Krishna in the center. One time, there's a very interesting story. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, he told one of his disciples, today we will have a feast. And the disciple said, okay, Babaji Maharaj, what ingredients I should get? Babaji Maharaj said, nothing. We both will sit here and do Krishna Katha. That is feast for us. So festival, definitely, it's good to have all arrangements. But the essence of a festival is when you come together and exchange Krishna with each other. That is what will satisfy our hearts. Mad chitta mad gata prana bodhayanta parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. The Gita explains that just coming in an association of devotees and sharing Krishna with each other, that itself is a festival. Biggest festival. So 7 days, 7 nights, this whole Leela was going on. Non-stop they were enjoying their association in the presence of Lord Krishna. By this time, Indra understood, nothing is being happening. So Indra called the Samvartaka Badal back. The entire cloud, they finished all their water. Indra sends the demigods responsible for clouds, cloud Devata. They also went and tried, nothing happened. Indra goes personally, throws his thunderbolt on Govardhan, nothing happens to Govardhan. It is explained in Bhagavatam, not even one grass comes out of Govardhan. Indra is putting his maximum power, nothing happens to Govardhan. The touch of Krishna made Govardhan completely, immortal. Nothing happened to Govardhan. So then finally Indra understood that he's done a very big mistake. So after 7 days of darkness, Indra calls all the clouds back. And sunshine appears in Vrindavan after 7 days. 7 days there was no sunshine only. It was all dark. Indra calls all the clouds back. And Krishna tells the Vrajavasis, now the rain has stopped. All of you all can go back. No one is ready to go. The cows are also not ready to go. I mean, they have got such a higher taste. Param drishtva nivartate. They don't want to go only. They just want to be there forever. Krishna tells them, no, go. Krishna literally pushes everyone out. And after everyone goes, Krishna puts Govardhan down. How Krishna lifted Govardhan, how he put it down, no one can understand. So therefore these pastimes are inconceivable. Right? How can one understand these things? Only through the mercy of Krishna, we need to have faith in these pastimes. And when Krishna came out, especially Yashoda Mata, Rohini Mata, they started to massage the feet, the hands of Krishna. They started to kiss Krishna. They started to do arti to Krishna. They started to feed Krishna. And they were so happy embracing Krishna. But it is explained that everyone was definitely very, very happy. But Indra went into a major depression. Major depression. Indra's color went off. His luster went out. Indra didn't even want to go to his palace. He didn't even want to see his wife. Indra was feeling so disgusted. What will I do? He didn't even go to the assembly of the Devatas. How can I show my face to the Devatas? I've tried to kill Krishna. So Indra, he doesn't know what to do. He takes shelter of his guru Brihaspati. And Brihaspati fires Indra left, right and center. Indra, what do you think you are doing? You became so proud. Brihaspati tells him, the only way is go to Brahma. He can give you some solution. So Indra goes to Brahma. Brahmaji also chastises Indra like anything. And Brahmaji tells him, you have done a very foolish offense. Actually, I also can't help you. But there is one thing I know. Krishna is very merciful to the cows. I can't help you, but I know someone who can help you. Go to Surabhi Gai. If Surabhi cow comes and tells on behalf of you, she tells Krishna, please forgive. Krishna may listen. So Indra goes to Surabhi Lok and meets Surabhi cow. So Surabhi cow, the Gomata she was so angry because Indra tried to kill all the Govansh. But still she is very merciful. She tells Indra, okay, don't worry. I'll take you to Krishna. So Indra, he couldn't approach Krishna directly. He had to go through this cow. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Idaya Cha Jagadhidaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. This is how cows are dear to Krishna. Cows are greater than even demigods. You see here a demigod Indra, the king of demigods, taking shelter of a cow. Taking shelter of a cow. So we can never, we should never underestimate any devotee. We don't know whose mercy we will need when. So Indra takes shelter of Surabhi, becomes very, very humble. And Surabhi takes Indra to Krishna. And Indra, he doesn't even have the guts to come in front of Krishna. So Surabhi Mata goes in front of Krishna and tells Krishna, my dear Krishna, you are actually your Indra. This Indra was supposed to kill all the cows. You saved all the cows. You are actually your Indra. But then Surabhi says, this Indra has come. He is repenting for his mistake. Please forgive this fellow. So that time Indra, with his mukuta, he falls at the feet of Krishna. 7-year-old boy Krishna. And Indra is offering beautiful prayers. The Bhagavatam has all the beautiful prayers of Indra, seeking forgiveness from Krishna. He tells Krishna, my dear Krishna, I became so proud, intoxicated with position. So when someone has power, position, you get carried away by that. So Indra says, I just got carried away, please forgive me. So Krishna, even though he chastises Indra, but Krishna is very merciful to Indra. Because Indra, whatever it is, he is a devotee. So even if a devotee does something wrong, Krishna definitely forgives such a devotee. The Bhagavad Gita explains, Shipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat dharma nigacchati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. So Krishna tells, even if a devotee does something wrong, he does an offense, Krishna will definitely punish him, but Krishna doesn't leave him. The Mahabharata Bhishma story, Bhishma had to fight due to whatever reasons from the side of the Kauravas. Bhishma got his punishment. He had arrows through his body. But at the final moment of his life, Krishna did go there. So Krishna will never forsake his devotees. So because Indra was a devotee trying to serve Krishna in some way, Krishna chastised Indra, but he forgave Indra. So Krishna tells Indra, my dear Indra, I did this because of my mercy to you. So when Krishna sees pride in the heart of the devotees, Krishna doesn't like it. So Krishna does these pastimes to humble such a devotee. And Krishna tells Indra, don't worry, you go back to Swargaloka. See, Indra did such a severe offense. Krishna doesn't take Indra the post away. Krishna chastises Indra, but gives him the post back. He says, go to Swargaloka, but always remember to be in the mood of a humble servant. Das, 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 anudas. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, during the Rath Yatra pastime, when the king of Orissa, Prataprudra Maharaj, goes in front of Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so happy when Prataprudra Maharaj recites Gopi Geet. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraces the king and is asking the king, who are you? So King Prataprudra was the king of Orissa. But how does he introduce himself? He says, Ami tomar daser anudas, britter brittakara yei mora ash. The king of Orissa, he tells Mahaprabhu, I am the servant of your servant, and to be the servant of your servant is my only desire. So Krishna does Govardhan Leela to tell Indra, you are not the king. The king of heavens is just a post. But actually, you are just a servant. Naham vipro nacha narapati na grahasto yatirva kintu prodyam nikila paramananda gopi bharatur padakamalayor das 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 anudas. So all these are just posts and designations. Someone is a king, someone is a beggar, someone is a brahmana, someone is a shudra. But we have only one designation, that is servant of the servant of the servant. So Krishna sends Indra back. So that time it is explained that Indra, along with Surabhi Mata, Airavat, the elephant, all of them, they do an abhishek to Krishna, and they give Krishna a new name, Govind. Surabhi cow tells Krishna, you are a real Indra. Indra for the cows. Because you have protected the cows, this Indra was supposed to kill the cows. So from today, you are Govind. And they do a beautiful Abhishek ceremony of Krishna. So in this way, this beautiful Govardhan Leela pastime happens. So Govardhan is such an important place for all of us. Govardhan, Giriraj, in Vraja Bhasha, they call Giriraj as Baba. Baba means father. So for Vrajavasis, Giriraj Govardhan is the natural father, guardian, guru for everyone. On the day of Guru Purnima, all the Vrajavasis do parikrama of Govardhan because they consider Govardhan to be their actual guru. And Govardhan actually protects. Govardhan can actually fulfill everyone's desire. I don't know whether you have experience. If you go to Govardhan, you have any desire, definitely Govardhan will fulfill. A very, very merciful form of Krishna. So therefore, taking shelter of Govardhan, seeking blessings from Govardhan is something that is very, very important. So there is a very beautiful prayer. This is the Pranam mantra of Govardhan. You all can repeat this after me. Namaste Girirajaya Shri Govardhan Namine Ashesha Klesha Nashaya Paramananda Dayine. So very beautiful prayer. Namaste Girirajaya. Giriraj is the king of mountains. Even though he doesn't look very big, but even great mountains, Himalayas, come and take shelter of Giriraj. He is considered to be the king of mountains. Sri Govardhana Namine Ashesha Klesha Nashaya. Govardhan, just by taking shelter of Govardhan, all miseries are removed. All miseries disappear. Paramanand Daine. Govardhan gives the highest bliss to anyone who takes shelter of Giriraj Govardhan. So therefore, all our great acharyas, they have always taken shelter of Giriraj Govardhan and seek the blessings of Giriraj Govardhan. Do we have time to sing Govardhan Dashakam? We have time? We have 10 minutes? Okay. So, that song I told you in the beginning, Raghunath Das Goswami's song, very beautiful song. Govardhan Vas Prarthana Dashakam. We will sing this song and pray to Giriraj from the bottom of our heart to give shelter at his lotus feet, to give us residence at his lotus feet. So if someone can share this song in the groups. The song starts with Nijapati Bhuja Dandaj. Bhujadandaj Chatrabhavam Prapadya. Okay. So this is written by Raghunath Das Goswami. So Raghunath Das Goswami, who stayed 40 years in Govardhan, this is his realization. So this is a song that is coming out from the heart of Raghunath Das Goswami, who is a Prayojan Acharya. This is a song that is coming out from the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, even when he was staying in Jagannath Puri, his heart was in Vrindavan and Govardhan only. So this is a very, very beautiful song. Did you all get the song in the group? So, as I sing along, you all can hear attentively and then try to sing. This Sanskrit is a little difficult Sanskrit to pronounce, but if you all hear attentively, you all will be able to sing along. Okay? Shri Govardhan Vas Prarthana Dashakam ki jai, Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Nijapati Bhuja Dandaj Chatrabhavam Prapadya. Nijapati Bhuja Dandaj Chatrabhavam Prapadya. Pratal Pratihata Madadrishto Danda Devendra Garva Atula Pratula Shaila Bhupa Priyame Shreni Bhupa Priyame Nijan Nikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Nijan Nikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Pramada Madana Leela Kandare Kandarete Rachayati Navayono Dvandamasmin Amandam Ita kila kalanartam lagnakas तद्वयोर्मे निजन निकट निवासम देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् अनुपममनिवेदी रत्नसिंहासनोर्वी रुहुजरदरसानो द्रोणिसंगेषु रंगे सह बल सखिभिसन् केलयन् स्वप्रियं मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् रसनिधि नवयोनो साक्षिणीं दानकेलेर् द्युतिपरिमलविद्धं श्यामवेदीं प्रकर्ष्य रसिकवरकुलानां मोदमास्वालयन् मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् हरिदयिताम् अपूर्वं राधिका कुण्डमात्मा प्रियसकम् इह कण्ठे नर्मलालिङ्गगुप्ता नवयुवयुगकेलास्तत्र पश्यन् रहो मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् स्थल जल तल शश्वेत बुरुहा चायया च प्रतिपदमनुकालं हन्त संवर्धयङ्गा त्रिजगति निजगोत्रं सार्थकं ज्ञापयन् मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् सुरपतिकृत दीर्घ द्रोहतो गोष्ठरक्षाम् तव नवगृहरूपस्यान्तरे कुर्वतैव अगबकरिपुरोचेर्दत्तमान द्रुतं मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् गिरिर्प हरिदास श्रेणिवर्येति नाम मृतमिदमुदितं श्री राधिका वक्त्रचन्द्रात् व्रजनवतिलकत्वे क्लिप्तवेदे स्फुटं मे निजनिकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् निज जनयुत राधा कृष्ण मैत्री रसाक्त व्रज नर पशु पक्षी व्राता सोऽप्यैकदाता अगणित कुरुणत्वान् ममुरी कृत्यताण्डम् निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् निरुपधि करुणेन श्री सच्चिनन्दनेन त्वयकपटिशतोऽपि त्वत्प्रियेणार्पितोऽस्मि इति खलु मम योग्यतां मामगृह्णन् निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् रसदशकमस्य श्रीलगोवर्धनस्य क्षितिधरकुलभ्रातुर्यप्रत्यादिते ते ससपदि सुखदेस्मिन् वासमासाद्य साक्षात् शुभदयुगलसेवा रत्नमाप्नोति तूर्णम् निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम्। गिरिराज महाराज की जय, गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय, शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।